On this problem, we will find trigonometric function for some given condition. We have two problems. This one, the first one, and then that. Before we do it, let's go over all the trigonometric ratio, sine, cosine, tangent. Sine is y over r, cosine is x over r, tangent is y over x. And then we have the reciprocal of those functions. Cosecant, reciprocal of sine. Secant, reciprocal of cosine. And cotangent, reciprocal of tangent. And now we given this condition, right? So sine is equal to negative 1 over 5. And the ratio for sine is y over r. And r is, we define let r always be positive. So we can let r equal to 5 and y equal to negative 1. So from there we have r equal to 5 and y equal to negative 1. Right? And after that we can find x. Pythagorean theorem, x squared plus y squared equal to r squared. So we have x squared plus r, y squared will be negative 1 squared equal to 5 squared. We have x squared equal to 24. So x equal to plus or minus square root of 24. There are plus or minus, we need to determine if it is a plus or if it is a minus. So go back to the problem. We see that we are given tangent is less than 0. Tangent is y over x. So if y over x is less than 0, and we know that y is negative. And because of that, x must be positive. Because the ratio y over x is less than 0, so one of them is positive and one of them is negative. So x is positive, so we're going to choose positive square root of 24. Just 24 or square root of 4 times square root of 6. Which is 2 square root of 6. Right, now we have x ready, and r and y. We can put back here in this ratio and we have the answer. So y over r, of course that one is given already, it's negative 1/5. Cosine is x over r, 2 square root of 6 over 5. And y over x is tangent y over x. So we have negative 1, 2 square root of 6. We could multiply square root of 6 top and bottom, but I'm okay with the answer like that. R over y, r is 5, and y is negative 1. This is negative 5. R over x, r is 5, x is that. And I will just keep it like that. And then cotangent x over y, x over y, so 2 square root of 6 over negative 1 be negative 2 square root of 6. And that will be the first part of this question. Next we go to a similar type question, but we are given different condition. Again, I will write all the ratio again. Sine is y over r, cosine x over r, tangent y over x, cosecant r over y, secant r over x, and cotangent x over y. Those are reciprocal, reciprocal, and reciprocal. Right, let's go with the condition. We are given that tangent is equal to 3 over 4. And tangent we have is y over x. Right. It's very tempting to say that y is 3 and x is 4 and we're done with that. But notice that we have this condition as well. Cosine is negative. Cosine is x over r and it is negative. We know that we will let r be positive always. And because of that, x must be negative. Because the ratio is negative, one of them is negative, the other one is positive. So x is negative here. Now, if x is negative, y also have to be negative because the ratio is positive. So both x and y must have the same sign. So one is negative, the other must be negative as well. So from that, we say x is negative 4 and y is negative 3. Right? And then Pythagorean theorem, x squared plus y squared equal to r squared. Negative 3 squared, negative 4 squared. So that is 9 and 16. So 25 is r squared. So we have r is equal to plus or minus square root of 25 or plus or minus 5. But the way we define it are always positive. So we just use 5. So with that we have r is equal to positive 5. So we have r, x, and y. Put it back in the ratio, and that will be it. Sine is y over r, negative 3 over 5. Cosine is x over r, negative 4 over 5. Tangent, this one is given. And reciprocal of that, cosecant r over y, 5 over negative 3 or negative 5 terms. R over x is secant so pretty much we need to find x, y, and r. Once we know them, we should know all the trig ratio.